Welcome back to Advent of Code 2025, day 6. Another day, another hotel. At least the Wi-Fi works here. Hopefully. Let's see if it cuts out during the stream. Right, so day 6, I'm about almost 2 hours late. Not too bad. Some people are probably still solving it. Should we take a sneaky peek at the stats? No, let's not. Let's just focus on the problem. Day 6, trash compactor. Alright. After helping the elves in the kitchen, you were taking a break and helping them reenact a movie scene where you over-enthusiastically jumped into the garbage chute. Which of the many garbage chutes in movies are they referring to? Star Wars? A brief fall later, you find yourself in a garbage smasher. Unfortunately, the door's been magnetically sealed. As you try to find a way out, you are approached by a family of cephalopods. Well, this isn't the first time we've met cephalopods in our Advent of Code adventures. They're pretty sure they can get the door open, but it will take some time. While you wait, they're curious if you can help the youngest cephalopod with her math homework. Oh, it was the snailfish. Oh, that was a famous one. I don't remember it, but yeah. Cephalopod math doesn't look that different from normal math. Normal math. The math... Oh, I hate calling it math. The maths worksheet consists of a list of problems. Each problem has a group of numbers that need to either be added or multiplied together. Oh, this is going to be something that's really easy in Python, isn't it? Because of like eval or something. However, the problems are arranged a little strangely. They seem to be presented next to each other in a very long horizontal list. Each problem's numbers are arranged vertically. At the bottom of the problem is the symbol for the operation that needs to be performed. Problems are separated by a full column of only spaces. The left-right alignment of numbers within each problem can be ignored. Okay, fine. Split does that for us, sorts that out for us. I don't understand how the symbols are used. The symbol for the operation that needs to be performed. Oh, you times them, you multiply the column, you add the column. Okay, got it. Okay, fine. Does Python have like a product method? Easy enough anyway. To check their work, cephalopod students are given the grand total of adding together all the answers to the individual problems. The actual worksheet is much wider. You need to make sure to unroll it completely so that you can read the problems clearly. Alright, I mean, that doesn't really make it harder, it's just, oh boy. This is definitely a problem for Python. This is so a Python problem. I feel sorry for anyone not using Python at this point. Because you're going to get big ints. And Python has, unrestricted ints. And how big are these going to get? pretty damn big. Wait. Wait, I don't understand. Hang on. Whoa. Why is there multiple rows of... Oh, this is a single line? Okay, it's better if we put this in the IDE because it's not visually clear. Alright. Yeah, it is one line. Oh. So it's only 4 numbers. Okay, the numbers are not going to get that big. Alright then. So... yeah, parsing as well, because you've got multiple spaces. Parsing is going to be a pain without Python. This is just such a Python problem. Alright. And you could eval as well, but you don't need to, and I'm not going to. It's a bit more efficient to just use sum and product. Alright. Alright, so row equals int x for x in line dot strip dot split. Let me have a look at these rows. I just want to make sure they look like they are right. Yep, no like empty entries or anything. Okay. Except the last row. Okay. If line 0 dot is digit that, else operations equals that. So that gives us the operations. All right, so we just want to find the grand total. All right. But this is one that they could potentially come up with a really tricky part 2 for, but it could also be an easy one. All right, so result 1 equals 0. Let's say for op in oper, for j op in enumerate operations. Wait, what am I doing with these rows? Put it into a matrix. All right, j. So for each one of these, we basically take the column. So, alright, so is there a thing called product? Is that a thing in Python? Tools.product. No, that's not what we want. Okay, we'll just have to write our own. Let me just look this up. Yeah, essentially we want to do something like this. So like, yeah, product's not a good, there's a reason they don't have it in Python, because it's not something you would really use for any practical purposes, because it just, numbers will get too big. Produce operator? What's operator? Import operator. Yeah. Okay. So does that, let me just check that actually can run. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's basically how we multiply. So we do if op is plus result 1 plus equals sum of, so it's going to be mat ij for I in range length mat, should we say okay. So we got result 2 plus equals, so we want similar to this, mat ij range n. That's column basically. We can make a generator. It's not a big deal. Actually, yeah, let's do that. That makes it kind of more readable. Okay. I might have skimmed through what we're actually supposed to deliver, so this could be wrong if I correct, okay. The big cephalopods come back to check on how things are going. When they see that your grand total doesn't match the one expected by the worksheet, they realize they forgot to explain how to read cephalopod math. Cephalopod math is written right to left in columns. Okay. Each number is given in its own column with the most significant digit at the top and the least significant digit at the bottom. Oh. Okay. So the number of spaces really matters now. So that's zero. These are essentially zeros. So this plus covers all of these. Alright, it's probably not hard, but it's just a bit confusing. So okay, so I guess to make things easier, we want to have probably replace all the spaces with zeros, except that the interesting. So we'll need a grid which, let's say, has one cell for every character. This is a full 2D grid. We need to align the columns correctly. So I would like to replace all these spaces with zeros, but not the separator column. So we need to account for that as well. Let's try and do this. So this is like... So let's just read the input from scratch, so... Alright, so we've got this. So for line and f.read lines, so essentially we just put it in as is, but each cell. So we don't do that. So these separator columns actually don't matter, do they? We can get rid of them altogether. What we want is... Oh, it's so confusing. Alright. Let's just first just put everything into a matrix. Let's say mat dot and line dot strip turned into a list of characters. Unless it's the no, even if it's the okay. Oh, it strips the spaces at the end, doesn't it? Fuck. We just... No, it doesn't. Just put a empty line at the end. That should ensure that the spaces don't get... Ah! Well, we don't want to strip, do we? No. We only want to strip new line characters, but not spaces. Strip. So if we put new lines... let me just have a look at this. Yeah. Damn it. Strip. Damn, it just strips the spaces, doesn't it? How do I not do that? I want to keep the input as it is. That's how it was. Damn it. Is this the IDE doing that? Because that's not what the raw file was it? Unless you put a... Okay. Let's just say... for minus length of mat minus 1, so mat minus 1 dot and spaces just to fix it. Like, this is a bit of a hack, but and minus length of mat. What? N minus damn it, N. Okay. Alright, that's the start. Alright, now let's replace all these with zeros. Alright. Alright, for row in mat, excluding the last one, for J in range M, if if row J is an empty space, then replace it with this one. We have to keep it as a... Alright. Do that. Let's just make sure that does it. Okay, so there's zeros, so that makes things clearer. Now, I would like this plus, these all to be pluses. Wait. Yeah, no, that's right. Wait, why is this plus? Oh. Yeah, it should be plus, okay. I'd like all of these to be pluses. Because these are zeros, it actually doesn't matter if we multiply or sum them. So we could just say... Okay, let's do this. For J in range M, wait. For J car in enumerate that's one. If car is not it's a if car in plus times let's say temp equals car, else we want to replace that with what was to the left. What was to the left. Okay. Where's my... Okay, yeah. Now let's have a look at that. Plus, times. Alright, and we've got these zero columns, but it doesn't actually matter because they'll just contribute zero, so... Now... If I've understood the problem correctly, and I may well have not... We just go... It doesn't matter if we go left or from left. Right, let me have a look at this again. So it leaves spaces, so the 4 is aligned with the 2. And that should be okay. So in that case, we now just do what we did before. But, okay, so result 2, so for J, for J in range M, so the column is that, but no. That, because we're excluding the last row. Op equals mat minus 1 J. Alright, so if it's plus, it's gonna have to be int, isn't it? Because they're still strings. Sum column. If it's times, multiply the and then print result 2. Will that be it? I feel like there's something major I've probably overlooked. 600935. Nope, it's too low. What is the grand total by adding together all of the answers to the individual problems? Alright, let's try the example then. Oh! So it's 4. Oh, for goodness sake, this is all wrong. I'm doing it completely wrong. Okay, fine. We can fix this. So what we're actually trying to do, right, so let's... Where's the... There it is. Hello, Stew Squared. Thank you for the raid. We just finished this problem. Alright, so I've calculated this all wrong. So we're actually looking for... Okay. We want to get rid of... No. Get rid of this. All right. So yeah, I've just done part 1. I'm trying to understand part 2. I think I'm pretty close though. It doesn't look like it's hard. You just basically do what they say. No algorithm needed. Could you give us an overview? Of my progress, of what I'm doing? So wait, you already know what the problem is? Have you already done the problem yourself? So, first of all, Python is really nice for this problem. In fact, I think it'll be a pain to use anything else. So part 2, what I've done is I've made a matrix character by character. I've replaced all the spaces with zeros. I mean, yeah, that's all I've done so far. That's basically what this code is doing. So that is the bit which replaces the spaces with zeros, except for the last row. So I guess what I'm just going to do now is go left to right along this bottom row. If I see a plus, then I know, like, up until the symbol changes again, I'm dealing with that stretch of columns. And then I suppose I would just let me look at the example again. Yeah, you just compute each number 1 by 1 per column, multiply them together. Yeah. Alright, I can probably explain this as I'm actually writing it. So at this stage, this is what it looks. Let's print what it looks like. For row in math, print row. Let's get rid of all this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Basically, it looks like the input, except I put zeros in all these gaps. So I want to look. So we want to start iterating over this operators list. So or we'll do it as a while loop, I suppose. Actually, yeah, okay. All right. No, just do it as a while loop. I equals j k. Let's go with k. K equals 0. So we start from the very left. While, let's say, while true, or while a is less than length of a is less than m. M is the width of this matrix. So the operator equals mat minus 1 k. So we look at that operator. So this assumes we've always started on a column with an operator. So by the end of this loop, we'll have pushed k to be pointing to the next one. So operator is that, and then I guess we will just want to find where it let's just say k2 equals k plus 1 while k2 is less than or equal to m. Wait, what? Okay, less than m, and so you want k2 to basically be pointing to the next symbol, don't we? So while k2 is less than m and mat minus 1. K2 is still looking at an empty space, then just push it forward by 1. So here we should either be, K2 should now either be pointing at the next one or I guess off the end of the row, so it should be pointing there, which is fine. Okay, so for j in range, starting from k, stopping before k2, we now go column by column. So the column is going to be basically this. So be the int of matrix aij for I in range minus 1. That should, yeah, no, that's right, j. So that'll give us the iterable, which describes the column. All right, and then if we can basically copy most of this code. If op is plus, result 2 is no. This is no, we're not doing that. We're not using the column as an iterable. We have to make a number. Num equals 0. for I in range. It's 1, so for each of these rows, num plus equal, so it'll be int of mat j. So it'll be that number multiplied by 10 to the power of. Wait, so for that one it'll be 10 to the power of 0. Okay, so it'll be. Love your music choice, by the way. Very chill. Yeah, it's just some copyright-free playlist on YouTube. Easy to work with. I'm not really hearing it though. I don't have my earphones in. Sometimes I do, but all right, Stew Squared. Have a good rest. 10 to the power of. Hang on, so it's. Okay, so it'll be n minus I. Hang on, so let's look at this. So this will be 10 to the power 0, to this will be 10 to the power 1, this will be 10 to the power 2, this will be 10 to the power 3. N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 1? Hang on, is that right? So in this example, n is 5. When I is 0, we'll get n minus I, so that's 5. Wait, no, that's not right. No, it's not plus 1, it's like minus 2, isn't it? Alright, so let's check that. So n is 5, I is 0, so 5 minus 0 is 5, minus 2 is 3, so it'll be 10 to the power of 3, is that right? So it'll be 10 to the power of 0, 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, I think it's right, we'll try it. So we create this number called num, which will be like 8,767. Then and we don't even want to do the k, this row, this column here. This is all zeros, so we can just stop before that one even. So temp is just another accumulator. So we create this num, and then we want to say if op is plus temp plus equal num. Temp. Num. All Alright, so by the time we've done all this, we've accumulated the sum or product of these, excluding this column here. And then you just add that to result 2. And then finally, we need to push K to be K2. Push K up to the next thing, and if we push it to the end of the array, it should just fall out of this while loop. Maybe not the cleanest way of writing that. I mean, I could have copied. No. It might have been, actually. This is a... Anyway, whatever. Print result 2. I don't feel too good about this, but we'll try it on the example. It'll probably be a minor error, if anything. Result 2. Oh, we're stuck in the while loop. Wonderful. All right, stop. All right, something's stuck. So we've got this while loop, K2 equals K plus 1, and now at the, oh, it's outside, the indentation is wrong. All right. There we go. All right. Looks more plausible than what we had before. Actually, oh, it's about the same as what we had before. No, it's bigger, much bigger. No, it's still too low. Okay. We're probably heading in the right direction, but this is so confusing. Reading the problems right to left, one column at a time. Oh. Wait, why does it matter which... Why specifically right to left? It's commutative, isn't it? Yeah, that's weird. Why is it right to left? Why would it matter? As long as we're sticking to the groups. Maybe it's the operator placement. The operators seem left aligned. So yeah, that plus covers all of these. But if they had said left to right, that'd be the same, wouldn't it? So you'd have this times which would apply to symbol at the bottom of the problem is still the operator. Guess it depends on what you've actually done to implement this. Let's see. So in my approach, I've done it from left to right. I don't think it matters, but let's look at this. So I basically start with this one, and I do. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, so replacing these spaces with zeros is actually broken it. We shouldn't be doing that. You don't treat those as zeros, you treat them as like empty, fully empty. So that is not a... Okay, that's actually easier than what I did. So that means we, first of all, we don't replace those with zeros. Let's take that out. Alright, so let's just look at what that row looks like. So it looks like that. So we actually treat this as a string. Okay, so that means we can just cast to int. Alright, this is easier. Alright, so all of this... Okay, so we go as far as this. Alright, so when we're creating the num, we no longer have to do this horrible thing. We'll just say num equals... Okay, so it's going to be... So we join up... mat... I, j for I in range n -1. So we join those up 8, 7, 6, 7. Or no, a better example is blank 5, 8, 7. Yeah, this is right. That zero replacement technique would make for an interesting variation of this puzzle. Yeah. But here we can just piggyback off the fact that casting to int will actually ignore the spaces anyway. So yeah, this is pretty good. All right, so let me just do this, right? Cast that to an int. Get rid of that. Try that then. We haven't actually tried the test example yet. If it still fails, then that's what I've got to do. That's smaller. It's got to be wrong. Didn't they say it has to be bigger? Let me have a look at this. But we should be expecting it to be smaller by making this change because we're now not adding bigger tens. Or we'll just try this answer and see what they say, and then I'll try the test example. But let me have another look at this. K 2 minus 1. Oh, there's one catch here. That shouldn't change the answer that much though, so that's probably not the problem, but there is a problem here. I've been excluding this column, but at the very end, I'm actually excluding that column. Alright, hang on, so... But we can... Alright, so this -1, get rid of that -1. So it means we end up actually applying it to this empty column, but it should just contribute 0 anyway. It doesn't like that. Num equals... Can we just... Can we... Like, it would be ideal if we didn't have that column. We could just... remove that column. Alright, if... Okay, col equals, or call it col string or something. If not col string dot strip. So if it strips down to nothing, then skip this one. All right, well, let's try this, but I think it's wrong because they said it needs to be bigger. Too low, okay, fine. It's still, all right, heading in the right direction. All right, fine. Finally, we'll try the example. Let's do that. Hello, Smab UK. Have you finished this problem? I've just been making a mess of this. I keep just interpreting it differently every time I look at the page. All right. So we've got the example. Finally, we're actually trying the example. Let's see what we get. 1683. And the correct answer is like millions. All right. All right. All right. Get rid of... Wasted a lot of time because the editor had stripped the spaces from the end of my test data. I've had the same problem, yeah. So I had to throw in some extra spaces to pad it, which I don't like to do, but I suppose if I didn't have input.txt here, instead I just downloaded the website page as a file into my folder, that probably would have been okay. All right. All right, now what's the problem? Let's okay. Now let's just print what numbers we're actually seeing here. Turned out I'd actually solved it an hour or so earlier. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, we're getting such a small number. All right, let's see what we're actually. So I'm expecting, I would expect to see 1 times 24 times 356 or something like that. Let's see what we're actually getting. Oh, all these indices, some of them might be wrong. All right, J. Let me just print. Okay, let me just print some things here. Print the operator, the num, the temp. So times 1 times 24 times 356 to start with. 1, 24, 356, okay. Then we've got a plus 369. Oh! What was my accumulator for the, Oh, I didn't use the, reduce method that I used before for multiplying. This time we did this. Oh boy. That's not good. Temp equals 0 if... This is why reduce is very safe to use, because it protects against these things. 0 if op plus times. No, else 1. So it should be 1 in the product. It should be 0 in the addition. Accumulator is not the term. What's the term? Just like starting value. All right. 3263827. That's correct. All right. Don't know if we should get rid of that last row. Don't print all that. Okay, nice and big. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. Correct. And of course, Python has unlimited ints. Oh, there's so many things Python helps with here. Parsing, stripping white space, or splitting on white space, even when white space is variable amounts, unlimited ints, eval, which I didn't use, but some people might use eval, which is helpful when you're doing stuff with additions and multiplications. Yeah. Yeah, Python's big-ins come into play a few times in advent of code. Yeah, I started about 2 hours late, but we can look at the stats anyway. Oh, okay. Actually, no, yeah, that's about the number I was expecting, 8,000. Looks like people are finding it hardish. Well, I guess it's just taking them a while. I mean, it's not a technically hard problem, it's just you have to read it like 20 times before it clicks what they're actually asking for here. Like, on a technical level, this is just like secondary school maths, right? Learning to multiply digit by digit, adding. But yeah, it's just confusing. Check my leaderboard. Imara hasn't tackled this problem yet. All right. Yeah, it's a good problem. That's actually an important skill, understanding really confusingly spatial stuff. Yeah, because at first I had replaced all these spaces with zeros, but that was very wrong. Are there? No, there aren't any zeros in it, are there? No, there's no zeros in the input, but you can't. There's no reason to assume that anyway. How many times have we visited the cephalopods? This might be the first puzzle this year with AOC's classic weirdness, yeah. You know things are weird when you visit the cephalopods. Was this one was the first introduction of like the snailfish? This was a famous problem. I don't remember it now. This was from 2021. Cephalopods giving me flashbacks from 2023. They've probably come up multiple times. I don't. This particular one, snailfish, is one people quote a lot. Vaguely remember it. You're basically defining primitive operations on these sets of sets. Day 23, 2021. Ah, okay. This one's day 18. 23. Oh. I remember this one. Ah, so this is like the puzzle where you're trying to get them out and put them into the right slots, isn't it? And you have to do it in the minimum number of spaces, no, minimum number of moves. Oh yeah, that was cool. Although I think once I coded up a full breadth first search or whatever it was, or maybe even a star search, it just the solution fell out pretty reasonably, I think. Solve the amphipods manually at some point. I must go back and write the proper solution. Yeah, you can do it manually, certainly. I realized I misread a constraint. Pods couldn't stop right outside a door. Oh yeah, that's pretty important. So it reduces to always pushing them like the edges or whatever. Wait, so amphipods are different. So amphipoda is an order. Cephalopod is a class. Mollusca conchifera cephalopoda. It's a different phylum altogether. All right. Cool. It's been a few hours now. Is anyone
the crap out of me?
finishing off
but
theirs?
I took my headphones off because
just doing theirs. Bad Cop is always doing theirs in Bash, but I've probably raided them a couple of times. Chase Death. Rawbits. Kuviman's doing it in their own language.
We say that.
All right. Let's raid Kuviman. All right, so I wasn't sure if my Wi-Fi would even work in my hotel because you never know with hotels, but it did. So I was able to stream today's, and I didn't have to just do it offline and upload the recording or whatever. So I will be back tomorrow then, assuming the Wi-Fi holds. And tomorrow will be on time, I guess. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow, maybe. Wait. Oh. Kuviman. All right, see you. Bye-bye.